Good morning. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We got a bit of a different one today. We have got quite a mammoth job, but if I show you over the fence, can you see all of that, and this area here? So this is a field of a church, and this used to be cut down low because the old father here used to have horses, and he moved parish, and when he moved parish he took his horses with him, so the grass is no longer being maintained. So they've said, I cleaned the windows here, and they said, Dan, can we do anything about it? And I said, yes, we can get chopping. So we've got an assortment of bits and pieces here, but the star of the show is gonna be my steel cutter with, I call it a ninja star. It's not a ninja star. It's just a hard blade as opposed to a string line. So we're really good to go. I'm gonna throw some fuel in. And then right, well, I've got to hop this fence. Let me put my crash hat on first though, and let's get it. Here we go. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the middle of Basildon on sopping grass, and look, you can kind of see just how big of a job this is. So look, you can see here all of this big old field. This as well, it's got to be, probably say it's about an acre, maybe just over. Look how deep this is, look. So quite a mammoth task. I said to her, if you can hire a load of goats. You ever seen them videos where they just have a load of goats just turn up on a trailer and then you come back like 3 days later? Right, I'll show you. Look at this. Look how deep this is, look. So mammoth really. You think I'm here, we got all the way to the back there, look, all the way along here. So I'm not going to talk any more rubbish. I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to get my trimmer going, and hopefully I'm going to make some damage. My God. This is a long and arduous task, this is. I'm making good progress, but my God. So you get left with this after you blitz it. So put some poison down and get it gone. But yeah, I've got to go all the way up here, all the way along. Mate, there's plenty here. Oh, there is plenty here. Just got to get it cracking. Here we go. Right, this is the 2-hour update. Bearing in mind, me and Ingrid have had a cup of tea. She's the lady that does bits and pieces here. She came out and she said, "Do you want a cup of tea, Dan?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'll tell you what, you ain't got any brandy, have you?" She went, "I've got some communal wine." I thought that'd be a turn up, wouldn't it? Anyway, this is the 2-hour update. So we brought the van on site, just get it off the road, and I've got a few tools on there I might need. So I'm actually really pleased. So 2 hours and half hour of that was spent drinking tea with Ingrid, and I lent her a paintbrush because she's painting a few doors. So yeah, so I've got to get to the end there. Actually, let me take all my gear off. So I've got to get to here. It's quite nice seeing like the bald spots, because it just makes my life a bit easier. This is actually quite tasty, this bit, isn't it? So this is going to take me a wee while. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. So, and then she said to me, leave the big one, leave the little one. There is one over the back there that we're going to hit, and the little one there we're going to hit. So there's a fair bit to be getting on with. I am actually back here tomorrow as well. And yeah, what we're going to do is, look, can you see this? See that? Ingrid didn't know what it was. Same here, look, goes round here, you can see the shadow. That's where the cats walk, or the foxes walk. So that'll be their perimeter. So now, fingers crossed, you can actually see, like you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fence panels. They're 6-foot panels. So that's 36 foot of being wasted. That's over 10 metres being wasted. So we're just going to hack all this back. There's not really a lot you can do in terms of clearing it. You can clear it. There'll be people in the comments saying, yeah, you can clear it. You can. I didn't quote for that. I quoted just to knock it, poison it, and then naturally it will clear. So yeah, so I mean, it's looking okay. All the leaves etc will be gone in a couple of weeks. That just leaves the brambles, which is fine, because once they're dead. So it's all fertilizer, it'll all get mulched in. So anyway, I'm waffling. I'm gonna crack on. This is the just wanted to give you the literally 2-hour update. It's 10 o'clock now and we started at 8. But yeah, so we're gonna crack on. Hopefully we can get this big curve done in the 2 hours we've got, and if we can get that done, that means tomorrow's just pretty straightforward really. We just need to hit that little bit over there, and that's it. She also said about cutting the grass, but I'll defo get a ride on mower for that. I'd hire one for the day. I'm not fucking pushing a lawnmower around that. Anyway, right, here we go. Right gang, after a little wardrobe change, we are gonna knock out this last little bit, and then it's a bit foggy today, but then I've got to go back over here where I was yesterday. We're leaving all of this apart from that jungle there. We're just going to blast this for the old girl as well, just tidy this up for her. So yeah, so not too shabby really. I mean, it looks a lot better, but my god, these brambles are horrible. You end up with like these foot-high stalks, which I'm going to hit with another pass, and obviously I'm going to kill, but they're just horrible, aren't they? Like, mate, if you ever have brambles in your garden, get rid of them if you don't want them, because this is what happens when you leave it. That's going to be ruined now, that grass. Like, nothing's going to, realistically, I'll be shocked if that goes back to normal this summer. I might be mistaken, I don't know, but it just don't look good, does it? But anyway, let's get ready to rumble. Look. How perfect that is. I know now why these were on absolute steroids. Look, he had horses there, didn't he? Look, he's just been throwing the horse shit in for all this time. It's like the perfect manure. Mate, these vines are running on trend. I can't believe the size of them. Look how thick the stalks are, look. Mate, look at these, look. Anyway, mate, to be fair with you, I'll tear him through it. I'm not too sure what's better, the hedge cutter or the strimmer, because it's just so woody. Anyway, I'm gonna have a quick 2 minutes. We're actually making pretty good progress. The only thing I'd do differently is I'd have a, you know, one of them cutters, you know, them like ride-on mowers, where you can get the stand-on mowers, and you just tear through all the mulch. But they're extremely good, they're extremely expensive, and they're extremely niche. So that's the only thing I'd do differently. We'll see what she says. If she wants me to cut this regular, then I'll probably have a look at getting a ride-on. I had my eyes on a couple last night on Facebook Marketplace, but they were broken. But I thought to myself, just the engine's a little bit faulty or temperamental, and I thought to myself, give it a service, I could probably look at that and get that running. They're not dear money either, they're not strong money at all, they're only about 200-300 quid. A bit busted, but I thought to myself, I can put a service on one of them, pretty straightforward, isn't it? It's just a basic engine, so we'll see. Anyway, catch you in a bit. Oh mate, these brambles are horrible. Bit better, isn't it? So now you've only got that little bit there to meet up with this bit, so it's literally just this little skinny corridor, that bit and that back bit. Just looks dreadful, doesn't it? I suppose it's better than what it was, but mate, not that bad. But look at these bad boys. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. But yeah, here we go. Mate, these must have been here years. These must have been here like 15 years. Anyway, there's a lot more. They've got a lot more space back in their garden. Let's get cracking. What a day. We've kind of done what we can, and it looks like a bomb has gone off, but I think this neighbour's been throwing wood, because look, all of that there is all old trees. And I said to her, I said, is anyone dumping here? I said, because it's all intertwined, and I mean that'll take 2 days to clear that. So anyway, spoke to her, she said no, good as gold, just chop it back and kill it. So here we go. We've cleared all of that there, and that's all treated. And look at that back, look, that backdrop is perfect. So that's a good job done. It doesn't look, I mean, like all of that there, believe it or not, is dead. So I just said, look, I can't turn the clock back 15 years in 2 days. Ain't gonna work. Never gonna work in a million years. So what we've come up with, or what I've said is chop it back, let it die, obviously the poison will take effect. Once the poison's taken effect and it's all dead and it's all rotting, I said, then you go in and you seed it. Once it's all worked out. But until then, there's not really a lot you can do, to be honest with you, because it just ruins the floor. It just completely, let me take my shirt off real quickly to show you. It just totally ruins the floor. But let's go for a walk. But other than that, I'm pleased with it. I mean, you think them brambles were almost covering that fence when we turned up. It's just a shame really, because it just needs a little bit of TLC, but unfortunately no one showed it to it in God knows. I mean, look how long the brambles have to grow to get to here. So anyway, it is what it is. She come out, she's over the moon. She's like, I've never seen it so big. That's what she said. So yeah, here we go. There you go. So that's all cut back and hacked. And that is kind of how we're going to leave it. So then all that's left to remain now is just time, passing of time. And then what will happen is all these leaves and bits and pieces will all finally just go. And then what you're left with is the good soil underneath. And when you get that good soil, you can seed it and you can start growing some grass again. But yeah, until then, it's got a lot of mulching to do. But anyway, listen, I'm over the moon. I've had a good day. I've had a good couple of days. It's worked out all right. It's a bit of a mammoth task, and like, look at the state of the field as well. Look at all the bumps and whatnot. So anyway, I'm going to get going. It's worked out all right. It's been a good couple of days. Next time I do it, it's going to be a ride on mower for sure. That is. I think I've got white finger from the amount of vibration from them power tools, but this is the game we play, guys and boys and girls. Anyway, catch you later. Thanks for tuning in. Look after yourselves.